Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of our shipping container home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs.
Hi there, welcome back to the channel. For those who have newly subscribed, we just want to tell you a bit about ourselves. I'm Ian.
I'm Julie, hi.
And we've been building our tiny homestead here in the French Pyrenees for the past 18 months. So as you can see, we've got our vegetable garden here, the polytunnel, and we've also built our animal shelter for our little old pony Tyson there. We've got rainwater recuperation off both roofs and a solar system to pump and irrigate the polytunnel. But also,
we've just bought this 1 acre plot of land where we plan to build our home.
And we're going to build it out of 2 shipping containers and timber framing. So it's not just going to be a couple of containers welded together, it's just going to form part of the structure.
Now, over the next few years, 2 years, we'll be transitioning the homestead to here on the plot where we plan to grow all our own fresh food and produce, as in chickens, a few pigs. Yeah, that's the plan anyway, so kids, stay with us.
But the first project to do is to get my little Kubota tractor safe. As you can see, the land is pretty slopey, and when I've been cutting the grass previously, I've been a bit tentative. It feels like I'm just about to tip over or whatever. So we're just going to go off and get a new roll bar for the Kubota. Right, we're back from the tractor suppliers. Really pleased that it all fit in the back of the tiny Zoe. They sort of sniggered when they brought the forklift over. So just going to take all this out. Julie's just driven the tractor into the workshop and we're going to see how this fits onto the back. Now, these are heavy. These aren't exactly the most pretty looking things, but the actual roll bar itself looks brand new, nicely painted. But these ones have been, yeah, they need a touch up, I think. Well, I'm just putting this up to the tractor now. It's a bit of a puzzle. So what I'm thinking this is supposed to do is connect to these 4 bolts down here, and this will sit on top. So that reveals the petrol tank, which is there. So I think I might have to take this bar out as well, just to be able to see if it slides into the side here. Take this bar off. I should really take the opportunity to clean this petrol tank out again because it is full of small rust bits, particles. But I want to see how this roll bar fits first. Right. I'm going to have to take the tank out. It's a very, very tight fit. I'm just hoping I've got the right one. From the photographs on their website, it didn't look as beefy as that. All right, just twist that tank out the way. Offer this back up. I think this is the idea, but it's a very, very tight fit between the mudguard and, again, this isn't you know, factory or anything. This looks like somebody's put this big chunk of metal on for the 3-point here. So I'm probably going to have to take these off here to allow me some more room, and then that should flatten out. Well, like everything with these jobs, nothing is very easy. So I've actually dismantled the, where is it? Dismantled the mud guards. I've taken off the 3-point hitch here, both sides, and I've managed to squeeze them in. I've also had to take in the support bar from the petrol tank as well, diesel tank, sorry. And they do fit, but there's going to be a lot of modification. And I've just phoned up the place where I bought them from, and basically said they are the right ones. Looked at photographs on their website, and it shows the tractor exactly in this state, which isn't too good. But I can see I need to notch out just here because there's going to be a bolt that goes in there for the 3-point hitch. So that's going to be notched out. I've got to notch out here so my mud guard can be pushed back into this section here. These are so heavy, but now let's get some grinding done. I'm just roughly marking where this bolt's going to go. I will square it up in a minute. I just need to know. Right, so I've got to cut this strip out. I'm just taking out these little nodules here, and I'll grind those out with the wheel, but basically just using my tiny little wheel to do that, because I've now got to change it back for a new one to carry on cutting the other chunks.
Our little escapee. Hello, Red.
So I've taken out the long strip here, and that's for the 3-point bar. This is for the bolt, so that will probably sit here, and I'll put that bolt on first with the 3-point bar there. And this section here is for the cutout for the mud guard, the rear mud guard. So as you see, it's not brilliantly made. This wasn't me. This is how it came, but I'm assuming because it's such thick material, it's going to be pretty sturdy. But yeah, I was expecting a little bit better than this, and this is brand new. So I had to unbolt the mud guard just so I could get the adapter plate in there so I could mark it up. So now what I'm going to do is put this mudguard back on, and it has, it's better, it has some rubber washers to go either side, and a couple of bushes as well. And then try and locate the holes. There. A little bit of fine tuning, a bit more grinding out, just to get a nice gap around this bar and the bolt. So it's all solid now. I've done the other side already, exactly the same. So what I'm going to do now is dry fit the actual roll cage on top here. So that will square these up, and then measure across here to fabricate a bar that will support the petrol tank. You got to take both. I'm going to take that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll go through the side.
You ready? Place them on top.
One, hang on, wait a minute.
Pull him out. That's it.
Steady.
Yeah. So you just come around here.
I'll take the weight.
Position it. A bit unruly with this hinge in the middle, but I suppose I could have taken that out. I'm just going to put a couple of bolts in just to keep it on there. That is 435 millimeters. Just try my little Makita laser because the bar is going to be slightly down, and that's got it at 433. These are the supports for the roll bar. That's the roll bar. So it's 433 millimeters across. So I'm just going to do 2 bends in the end, 50 millimeters down. I'm just going to offer it up for the first time. So yeah, I'm a little bit out, but that's because of the bends and the radius. But I think once I've drilled, tapped and bolted, that will pull that nice and tight. So this is the original crossbar for the petrol tank, diesel tank. So I've just traced these holes here onto my new crossbar, which is now thinner because of the uprights. Just going to drill these holes out, and they have these little rubber bushes that sit in to stop the fuel tank bobbing up and down, vibrating. So I'm just going to drill those out now. Basically start off a small drill all the way up to the large drill. That's those drilled out. I didn't bore you with all the different drill sizes, and my drill is very, very slow, but that's the idea. So that's the old one, and this is going to be the new one. So now I'm going to dry fit this to the petrol tank, bolt it on, position the petrol tank because I just want to push it away a little bit and then mark up before I take these supports off. So all of this has got to come off now, but it'll be the last time I dry fit it. Next time it goes on, it'll hopefully be painted and all ready to go. So I'm just marking this there. I will measure down from the top on either side just to make sure it's exact. But so that's it.
Keeping a watchful eye on their dad, but they're not supposed to be on the picnic table.
It's the next day. Everything looks all dry on the painting front, so I'm going to fit them to the back now. Just before, as you can see here, I'll put some tape, and this is where the angle ridge on the bracket is touching up against the inside or the outside of the mudguard. I don't want to cut the mudguard out. I'm going to try, hopefully this will work, but bolt the mudguard to the actual roll cage support. So far so good. It all fits around this bracket here. The little notch out for this bolt, you do have to put them in a certain order, so these two tighten up first, so I had to take those ones out to put these ones here in, but all fits perfectly. Fits around the bracket here of the mudguard, inner mudguard, and then up here you can see the small rubber. It has sprung up a bit, but this will be forced on, so I'm going to put a bolt between there and this hole here. As I've been tearing this Kubota down and putting it back together, I've noticed that the Japanese put a lot of rubber washers in between quite a lot of the surfaces. So I'm going to carry on that theme, and also basically when I bolted all these brackets in permanently, it's slightly widened the gap. So it's just helped me a little bit. So in the photographs from the supplier, it just showed the petrol tank floating in midair, and I just didn't want that. So I'm putting in this support bracket, and it should do the job. So I'm pretty happy how that turned out. It's pulled these in slightly as well, so we'll see when I put the roll bar on top that I haven't brought it out of alignment, but that's much better. It's absolutely solid. That seems to have worked out quite nicely. It feels a bit sturdier when I turn it around the corners. I've got one more safety thing to do, and I'm going to do that now. 5 centimeters. That is 11 centimeters. So we have gained 6 centimeters, which is what, 1.5 inches.